a.m.
I'm tired of how black men being killed. They done put some respect on our damn name.
The brother in Minneapolis do everything the right way. Where is he right now? I don't want to hear do things the right way. You are not going to tone police.
I swear it's like a disease that goes round and round and round like sirens. I see the strangest things, the evil that money brings. I swear it's like a disease that goes round and round and round like sirens. And they wanna bury me. Why? 'Cause I'm anti-everything. I swear it's like a disease that goes round and round and round like sirens.
Man, I'm anti-dirty cops, anti-bullshit, I'm anti-scamming ass preachers in the pulpit. I'm anti-no truth, anti-full of lies, I'm anti-scared to try, I'm anti-scared to die, I'm anti-poverty, anti-stay the same, I'm anti-hard lies, anti-scared to change, I'm anti-pity parties, anti-excuse makers, anti-lazy niggas, anti-truth haters, anti-praying march, I'm anti-quiet nigga, Malcolm over Martin, I ain't anti-violent nigga, anti-fake woke, anti-unaware, I'm anti-Jesus Christ, I'm anti-church and prayer, I'm anti-false hopes, anti-Holy Ghost, I'm anti-fairy tales, brainwashing grown folks, I'm anti-Jesus letting killers in the church house, and God ain't doing shit, but watching as we get murked out, I'm anti-niggas too blind to open their eyes and see, I'm anti-loving my enemies and apologies, I'm anti-gangbang music, helping kill the youth and drug overdose music targeted to me and you, I'm anti-black cops, signing while they killing us, and black judges hugging the killer, but they ain't helping us. I'm anti-scared to fight, anti-scared to lead. Malcolm said won't be no revolution, 'cause y'all scared to bleed. I'm anti-no proof, anti-no evidence, anti-niggas not asking questions, just believing shit. I'm anti-begging to the sky with situations, thought I trust and I believe in me. I'm anti-belief in God, I'm anti-evil on this earth, hating racism, anti-hate for whites, I'm anti-niggas, nigga, anti-genocide, self-hate and suffering. If it don't help to better us, I'm anti-everything.
See the strangest things, the evil that money brings. I swear it's like a disease that goes round and round and round like sirens. And they wanna bury me. Why? 'Cause I'm anti-everything. I swear it's like a disease that goes round and round and round like sirens. I see the strangest things, the evil that money brings. I swear it's like a disease that goes round and round and round like sirens. And they wanna bury me. Why? 'Cause I'm anti-everything. I swear it's like a disease that goes round and round and round like sirens.
Man, I'm anti-roots, nigga, anti-fake truth. I'm anti-believing of slavery stories taught in school. I'm anti that we all from Africa don't apply to me. I'm anti-Kanye rocking our people back to sleep. I'm anti-granny killers, grandcestors had the truth. I'm anti-monkey shit, I'm anti-Lucy too. I'm anti-letting these white folks tell me just who I am. My granny came from right here, nigga, she was an Indian. I'm anti-getting scammed, anti-getting played. I'm pro-genealogy, I'm anti-DNA. I'm anti-refusing to check in the shit that we was gave. I'm anti-believing the white man and not what granny say. Niggas ain't like it when Walker came dropping facts in. He said he wasn't black and he ain't African American. That's real talk, real spill, real life, real deal. I'm anti-hurting us, my mission is to help heal. I'm anti-ignorance, anti-religious shit. I'm anti-cool with niggas cognitive dissonance. I'm anti-lacking knowledge, put us at a disadvantage. Anti-social with niggas fighting for a chicken sandwich. Anti-Flint water, anti-sucker shit. And fuck you to them blacks that's selling out for the government. I'm anti-no planning, anti-folk scamming, anti-no will. I'm anti-low standards, anti-no drive, anti-low lives, anti-low esteem. I'm anti-no pride, anti-wanting to quit. I'm anti-giving up. I'm anti-niggas not helping to lift our people up. I'm anti-hating niggas, anti-lame niggas, anti-6ix9ine. I'm anti-snake niggas, anti-low vibe. Live life, fly high. Some days it's gonna be full of rain, the other days the sun will shine.
See the strangest things, the evil that money brings. I swear it's like a disease that goes round and round and round like sirens. And they wanna bury me. Why? 'Cause I'm anti-everything. I swear it's like a disease that goes round and round.
was shot and killed inside the chapel at this World Changers Church International. A man, a worker at the church, leading a prayer, opening the prayer service today. And as the longtime member who talked to Karen indicated, there were a lot of people who go to that prayer service on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10. Different people lead the service. But as he was leading the prayer at the start of the service, a man walked up to him and shot and killed him. Shot him at point blank range.
Einstein thought that the beginning of the universe, the Big Bang, created all of space and all of time at once. So every point in the past and every point in the future are just as real as the point of time you feel yourself in right now. Einstein believed that literally. One of his best friends died, and he wrote a letter to this person's wife talking about how his friend still exists. Time is a landscape, and if you had the right perspective on the universe, you would see all of it laid out in front of you, all past, present, and future as a whole thing. And he said, you know, your husband, my friend, is just over the next hill. He's still there. We can't see him where we are now, but we are on this landscape with him, and he still exists just as much as he ever has.
Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. You can vacuum seal a Ziploc bag by dipping it in water.
Blueberries in bag. Seal bag until there's just a little bit of room. Dip in water. Don't want to make a mess. Press down. Whoa, that worked really fast. This is no big deal to you. But to me, this is like, this is amazing. I can't fathom.
Light can't really get through. You're not going to feel anything, you're not going to smell anything until the surface is literally breached. The locale on that side will equalize with the locale on this side, and then you're good to go. You can kind of see like a glow happening, but again, you're not going to get anything more than that until you touch it. And once you do touch it and the surface is breached, this portal becomes self-sustained for like 2 hours. Are you going to go through it?
Now I know what it is. 87,000 IRS agents. Well, you know, if you got one of them PPP loans and you scammed it, they coming for your ass on some real shit. And they even want these motherfuckers armed, because they know a lot of y'all done bought arms with this shit. Yeah, I know some people be talking about other people who got loans, talking about them motherfuckers done did shit to their house, did add-ons, you know what I'm saying? Remodeled their house, done bought cars and shit, you know, so don't be crying when they come knock on your door. I even see people out here setting up GoFundMes to try to help pay off them PPP loans. Why in the hell would you get some money and not have a plan for that shit to go into business for real? Instead, you motherfuckers go out and buy crab legs and all this other shit that ain't even gonna help your motherfucking ass at all. Hashtag real spit.
Town engine with a flag swinging. You hear us coming up the street, tamarines ringing. You see them cameras flashing on us at the hideaway, and we ain't walking in a quarter on no holiday. I'm out here walking with a rifle out the Civil War. Uptown, I can give a beadwork seminar. Uptown, gloves shining like the king of pop. Uptown. Pippi Longstocking. Yeah, I saw an apron, engines getting served. Trying to meet me with no feathers, engines getting curved. Somebody fired a shot and people scrambling. The flag was still there like the anthem. The chief say so, we go kill him. My suits be on tour and I ain't in them. My suit be under contract at museum. National Geographic in my DM. Drone camera caught me at the street light. Hybrid coming on my peace pipe. Walked in the park, they acting scary. Indians out here running like Shakari.
Let me update y'all. Last year I told y'all that wire fraud carried about 25 years. They had 5 years to catch up on this wire fraud. They no longer have 5 years, they have 10, so they don't have to be in any particular hurry. Now, if you mess with more than one agency across the board, they're going to notify the other ones, get your house in order. See, when you filled out the application, that was a charge. I want to say that was 2 to 5 years, but it's been a while since I did this video. I'm not doing the research, you got to do it. But wire fraud itself, once you had that money transferred into the bank, it was 25 years. Let me tell you what they're looking for, because they finna flag your account. If you had more than one PPP come to your one address, they're gonna flag you. If your income tax returns for your business do not line up with what you told the SBA, they're gonna flag you. If you didn't have a business registered when you filled out that application, they're gonna flag you. If you purchased anything, if you started a business, if you used that money to fund a new business, they're gonna confiscate all of it. The equipment, all of it. If you own anything, get it out your fucking name. Transfer that property. Start looking for a place for your children to go, because the United States is in the business of free labor and they do not mind sending your ass to the penitentiary. They did it for the specific fact of sending you to the penitentiary, and they will build more. See, this is federal time. You will not seal these records. You got to be pardoned by the governor or the president. You done fucked up. If you have children who took this loan out, take them to see an attorney, because they're going to need it. If it's any time for a family to get together and take care of this thing right here, it's going to be now. Y'all think that this was something small. This was by design. They had people called forecasters that knew who would take the money and how they would get it. They set you up again. Y'all thought I was blowing smoke up y'all ass. He's signing bills in the law to make sure that they have an extended period of time. He done hired a special prosecutor. They firing people at the Chicago Housing Authority. 6,280 people are about to lose their housing and catch a federal charge. They can wipe their ass on their degrees to the tune of $135 million stolen from the SBA. Right now, currently, they have prosecuted about 1,000 cases, and altogether it's about $1 billion worth of PPP money. I'm going to say it again. Get your house in order, and whatever money you got in the bank, get that goddamn money out the bank. Transfer that property.
Vision, yeah. What I say? It's time to cross the realest nigga off my bucket list. We break up, then make up, then break up. Girl, tell me what you want from this. Lately I've been on other shit, manifesting accomplishments. Realizing I'm the only one that's stopping this real spirit. Tell the world that I'm the real deal. I was raised by the streets, ain't had no Uncle Fear. I had to carry steel, damn I lost my dog for real. Every time I think about it, it just give me chills. And I ain't wanna be no crook yet. I should've kept my head up in them books, shit. Nigga, my heart's so dark that you can't look there. Shit, we all got scars, we all got flaws. So that don't mean you better than me. Same time, I want my child to do better than me. I chose drugs over dreams, ball dreams down the drain. I was shooting in the rain, turned my jersey in and all I got was pain. So what you saying, Doc? I got PTSD, I think that say a lot. I handle business with this Western, that's my way of life. But it's weighing on me. 2 years downstate in the cage, just praying that she waiting on me. Hoping that she waiting on me. He only 20, facing 20, better pray, little homie. And they said, cause he just had a shorty. Guess we'll see you when you 40. Hit my knees in the morning, thank God for another day. Cause last night was crazy, man, it could've went another way. I could be the bigger man and handle shit another way. But stuck in my way, so I'm sliding where's mama stay. I'm not a monster, my emotions get the best of me. I know that life is short and I'm gonna meet my reckoning. A deep talk with the wise one told me live my life how I live it till my time comes. V and shit, nigga. Man, dude gonna walk up on me and ask me, he gonna say, hey, what you is? I said, dad. He, nah, nigga, what hood you from? I, fatherhood, he, bro, you playing crazy right now? You trying to play stupid? Nah, what you is? I said, dad, bro. But dude just got mad at me because I bang fatherhood.
I'm looking like this because this is how you know my mind working and I'm on to something. Just keep watching. So my little genius mind has thought of a way for black people to become financially independent in America. And not just 1, 2, 5, 10, or 1,000 black people. I'm talking about all of us, damn it. So I just did some research on Google, and it says that there's 41.8 million African Americans in America. Now, even though that's an estimate, let's just take a guess and say 30 million of them are working adults. Just, work a job, full-time or part-time. And just like taxes and all that other shit that come out your check, right? Imagine if we had a program for blacks where it was mandatory, where like $2, maybe $3 came out your weekly paycheck. Now, if you do the math, even if it was $2, right? At 30 million people, that's $60 million a week that we could be generating. And I'm talking about $60 million every week, nigga, like, and it's 54 weeks in a year. So that's 60 million times 54, my nigga. That's like a lot of billions. That's all I know. Man, don't y'all niggas know with that kind of money, we can have damn near a whole state, a whole city. We can have our own black banks, doctors, schools, police, military. Like, we can fund all that shit. And just because we live in good old America, the land of the free and the home of the brave, do you think for 1 second they'll allow that shit to happen without like taking over it or some shit? Y'all remember Tulsa and Brooklyn out in Charlotte. They don't talk about that one much, but it is the same shit. But we would have enough money to fund our own military and police and protection, right? Yeah. But you know what the problem with niggas is? Niggas don't trust niggas. Even though it's $2, $3, bro, you still gonna have some ignorant nigga talking about shit. I don't know where the fuck my money going. I don't know what they doing with this $2, $3. They take the shit out my check every week. Like, nigga, shut up. Literally, shut up. All we doing is taking the money that they pay us to create our own money. Nigga, at that point, we might be able to make our own fucking money. Like how it was on Coming to America. Like, the man has his own money. Yeah, some of that shit. That's just a little something that niggas don't want to talk about because
Sick of.
Watch this video and I'll be right back.
When they attack black people after they've been murdered, when they did absolutely nothing wrong, you're pushing us to the limit. And what do I mean by that? You're asking us to talk about history, the history of the South. This is in Georgia. What happened in Georgia? There were savages in Georgia. It was the ancestors of the white right-wingers. They were absolute savages. They murdered people, they lynched people, they raped people, they enslaved people. They took babies from their mothers and sold them as property. You want to talk about savages? Your ancestors were the biggest savages the world has ever seen. So don't you dare call a black man a savage after you murdered him. Don't you dare do that. I'm so sick of African Americans being called violent when the world's worst violence was done to them, not by them, to them, not by them. For God's sake, you want to do racist stereotypes? If it fit anywhere, and it doesn't, but if it fit anywhere, it would certainly fit white right-wingers in the South, who has hundreds of years of history of being savages. Savages! They snatched babies, and they sold them as property, and they raped their mothers. Savages! That's what they were. You want to talk about stereotypes? Screw all of you who still defend that Confederacy. That monstrosity. Anyone who defends that is a barbaric savage.
He said what the fuck he said.
I put Jay-Z on, fucking Kevin Hart on, Lee Daniels on, Rachel Roy on, everybody in my culture that's doing it I put on. The person that's sitting with the president right now I put on. Whether he's saying doing it right or wrong, we all have a voice. I gave the culture a voice and I still fight for it and I made him rich. Don't tell me what to do. You go Google me before you talk to me about that. Then you should know better.
I understand these waist trainers is killing y'all. My niece just fell out down here at the Red Lobster on Keller Road. She went in waist training in 130-degree weather, having a happy hour at the Red Lobster. These waist trainers, you don't realize, take 30% of your oxygen to your brain. Y'all want to make it out here through the summer. Stop killing yourself. Stop training your waists. You calling up the main line with that kind of foolishness. You're living reckless out here. And on top of that, you ain't wearing no deodorant. That ain't the work of the Lord.
Stitch this with a fact so ridiculous you didn't believe it until you looked it up yourself. I'll go first.
That seam that goes up the center of your marble sack actually has a name. It's called a Raphe line. And believe it or not, that line is where you would have had curtains had you not been born male. And in association with the fact that you have glass cutters under your shirt, even though you may not have mammaries attached, that tells us that females are actually the platform of the species. Males are just a mutation, adaptation, or heck, even downloadable content to allow us to create more females. And this is how it works for all mammals. All mammals start as females in the womb, and it takes a human embryo 7 weeks for the hormones to kick in and actually develop male attributes. Adam apparently didn't come first. Well, at least genetically speaking.
It's okay for niggas to keep talking about killing each other in every song. But if you mention one word about the LGBT, that shit is wrong. It don't even be about them, they just think it is. They cancel you, now you gone. I don't even know if Lil Nas X gay, I just think they use him as a pawn. I just speak on how a nigga really feel. I know I'll never be trending. I ain't never changed like them other dudes, I've been the same nigga since the beginning. I think they wanna take all the little black boys, make sure they grow up to be women. Everything on TV is gay now, you can't tell me they ain't no agenda. My sister told me don't be ignorant, get the vaccine, it'll help. When she know damn well the government ain't never give a fuck about a nigga health. If they do, how come they only give us free health care when we locked in a cell? Which reminds me, free my nigga Ace, hold it down, hope you're doing well. If you rap about the same shit as everybody else, your views will go up. Social media the one unpositive, they don't want niggas to grow up. I make songs trying to get niggas to stay out the streets, I get no love. But as soon as I start talking about how I used to sell crack, this shit blow up. It's all about hoes and bitches. I'm in the coldest business. I'm one of the coldest in it. My heart and my soul is in it. I'm running the whole division. I'm on the road to riches. You on the road to snitching. You turn on your code to finish. So scared to go to prison. I hope you won't be living.
Chicken miseducating our babies. Priests and politicians in bed with Lucy and Satan. They organ harvesting, pedophilia, kidnappers, rapists. They love us, then they hate us. It's a crazy combination. Obama's nation bombed our nation. That's abomination. And y'all ain't take shit. Y'all ain't never been gangster. Y'all can't pose on his friends. Yeah, y'all can't pose on his neighbors. Taught y'all how to walk and then you turned around and raid us. Taught y'all how to talk and then you turned around and snaked us. We got y'all out the caucus. Y'all Neanderthals and cavers.
Stupid rules. You can't drink and drive. What the fuck is the cup holder for? That's entrapment. If you can't drink and drive, why is there a parking lot at the liquor store? How the fuck you think I got here, on horseback?
Step one. Any of you bitch ass niggas that got a problem with me, come kill my uncle about it, pussy.
Show y'all something real quick. Now, when you buying your fruit, you're gonna see a 5-digit code. If it starts with a 9, that means it's certified organic. If it starts with a 4, that means it was grown with pesticides and chemicals. And if it starts with an 8, that means it's genetically modified.
Like, take for instance in Richard Noon's book, Ice the Ultimate Disaster. This particular book where it talks about the Europeans finding Egyptians in Maine that spoke and wrote hieroglyphics somewhere in the 1700s. And he talks about how they found tablets of Akhenaten, him to Akhenaten in Oklahoma almost 20 years or 30 years before they even knew Akhenaten existed when they excavated his ruins in Kemet in the late 1800s. They found hieroglyphic slabs, the hymn of Aten in Oklahoma. When I went to Memphis, Tennessee, the curator of a black underground railroad explained that the native indigenous people, which you know of as Native Americans there, talked about when the settlers came to Memphis, Tennessee, wasn't named Memphis by the Masons of the European set. The Native Americans told them that this was named Memphis by a group of Egyptians that traveled to that land and was living on that land and was ruling that land when they migrated in. As a result, they preserved the name Memphis long after these.
Wake the fuck up.
We were once mankind. We were humanity. And now, we're no more than pests. Vermin. They came here to exterminate us. They took our history and culture. They covered our landmarks in dying humanity. The wail of the dying carried for miles. They're building some kind of breeding facility for those that survive. People that have defected say it's worse than hell. Humans becoming some kind of surrogate.
In fact, the spikes are so soft and liquid that you can move them by just blowing on them. Time, but the magnetite and carrier fluid will not separate. The temperature alone is enough to suspend and mix the tiny magnetite particles by Brownian motion.
The magnetic field, but also, that's least resistance too when something gets skinnier and skinnier, and then
some kind of surrogate incubators for the alien young. They killed us in waves when they first arrived.
Weird things have always been happening, but this last 10 years or so, you gotta admit, it is just getting crazy out there. And now we have these smoke rings. Are they portals? Are these portals? Are we literally seeing portals opening up from other dimensions? Is there a connection to where these things are opening up in the cities they're close by or the areas they're in? Is there something happening there? As I said, they're appearing all over the place. This one right here is from Lake Zurich, Switzerland, back in 2013. And here was another one. This one appeared in Florida around 2013. So we're literally seeing these black smoke rings around the world, appearing in the sky, just materializing, hovering there for anywhere from a few minutes to 15 minutes, and then just disappearing completely right before people's eyes.
They built these megastructures that spew methane, manufacturing their atmosphere. They've sown their crops, snuffing out our plant life, raising the global temperature, causing our cities to flood.
Wake up!
Stay coded.
I ain't never been a bitch that call my man all these motherfucking different names. Y'all be out here doing and degrading these motherfucking men. It be crazy, bitch. I just mind my business. Bitch, my sauce is motherfucking A1 for my character. You understand? You'll never catch me talking about some you punk ass, pussy ass, broke ass nigga. That's why you a fucking bum. You dirty as shit. When I met you, you was fucking corny. You was a fucking bum. Calling my girlfriends up, cussing my girlfriends out about him, calling him and degrading him, and you know what I mean? Making motherfuckers question his motherfucking masculinity as a fucking man or his just manhood in a whole. Like, what? Like, who the fuck raised y'all? Then you always want somebody to treat you like a motherfucking queen. Bitch, how you want somebody to treat you like a queen, bitch, when you out here acting like a motherfucking sewer rat? A alley cat. A gutter bitch. You understand what I'm saying to you? Like, nah, bitch, these niggas only operate off of what you fucking feed them, bitch. You can only get the empress and goddess treatment, bitch, because you are valued, bitch, and your value will always show.
But what they're trying to do,
They are trying to create a system by which you cannot be identified by anybody other than them. Because when you identify with terms that they have used since the time of the establishment of the Bureau of Land Management, that created a paper genocide, that denationalized millions of Asiatics by taking them out of their original designation and referring to them as American Indians or Indians. And then that wasn't enough. They got rid of that. And then through the Ministry of the Interior and then through the Bureau of Indian Affairs, phased them out of being in the indigenous status and then put them under the term Negro, Black, Colored, African, that basically meant slave roles in that of the United States. The United States is predicated upon using the birthright of its original inhabitants in perpetuity and creating a consistent system of slavery for you to enslave yourself to, just so that way you do not have generational access to the generational wealth that your ancestors left here for you today. But what they're trying to do...
Let's talk about when the Moors civilized Spain. It's said it took around an hour for the Moorish Empire to defeat the German nobles who had been controlling Spain at the time. And this would be one of the first instances of a Renaissance in Europe. Even though the Romans had previously controlled Spain before the Germans, they didn't teach the Spaniards shit. So everything that they had brought there was unable to be maintained, like their bathhouses and aqueducts. And even though the Romans knew about the Chinese and the Arabians and African civilizations, they didn't teach that to the Spanish, so the Moors had to teach them about these other places. Cleanliness was expected in Moors-controlled Spain. It was said that a poor Moor would rather go without bread than soap. I guess you can say cleanliness is next to Moorishness. Education was greatly increased. In Christian-controlled Europe, 99% of the people would be illiterate, including some royalty. However, when the Moors were in control, they had public libraries for the first time in Europe history. They had over 70 in Spain. There was no other public libraries in Europe at the time. One library in Cordova had over 600,000 manuscripts that everybody was allowed to read. The Moors really did civilize the Spanish for over 700 years. Basil Davidson, one of Europe's greatest historians, wrote that there were no lands in the 8th century more admired by its neighbor or more comfortable living than a rich African civilization which took place in Spain. This 700-year rule was a golden age for Spain. Fortunately, the Spanish would eventually overthrow the Moors and use all their technology and information that they had taught them to begin the age of colonialism. It was the Moors who had brought the compass over from China to Spain.
The realest
First of all,
speech
the
ever.
White House closed. They didn't want their bunkers. They scared what we gonna do to them. Let me tell you something. They trying to re-enslave us back again, and that's young peoples. We the one that's not going, bro. We the one that's stopping all of this. Not y'all church peoples. Not y'all civil rights leaders, not y'all black police, not y'all black judges, not y'all black attorneys, not nobody black. Us, the one that's not falling for that ish no more. Okay? So once you realize that we the one bringing this down, not the sheep. Right now, I bet you it's Sunday. What our elders finna do? Thank you, Jesus, 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 Jesus. Come on now. We ain't going for that. The NBA games. We ain't going for that. We turned that TV off. Right? Oh, the football game. No, we turned that off. We don't care about that. Oh, all our civil rights leaders, calm down. We don't care about that. We don't care about none of that. We focus. We the young generation. We focus. So Washington, D.C. and all them moving fast. They moving fast because they know, like, oh, these new kids, they waking up and woo. The rest refuse to believe, right, that they want to be enslaved. No, we don't want to be enslaved. We tired. All these incoming foreigners, right, through Reconstruction, living good off us. They took our land. Nigga, the government gave them our plates, gave them our grass, gave them our seeds, gave them our money out of our bank accounts. Where you think the trust come from? Us, the indigenous peoples. And every time we voted, because of our pastors, when they had to vote in church, what did we do? Vote. And ever since we voted, another wave of foreigners came through because we gave them permission. Where's your Jesse Jacksons at? Oh, they not around though, right? Where's your pastors at? Oh, they enjoying their 5013C money. Oh, where's the Kappa Phi Kappa? They in colleges hiding, keeping them busy. Everybody hiding because they know they're wrong. Where's all these lecturers at? These black lecturers speaking intellectual stuff. They're hiding because they know that everything done failed. They foreigners. Even the black people's foreigners. Only the ones that's not foreigners is the ghetto. Go in the ghetto. Yeah. They're the only ones that's not foreigners. Remember that.
Everybody in the South knows the best way to drink water is like this. All right? And the jar that used to be something else. You buying all these expensive water bottles is not going to taste better than a jar that used to be something else. It's already got the seasoning in there like a crock pot. This is that thing. Clanking. All right? If it ain't clanking, you ain't drinking. Okay? Oh. You got to take it to go. It already came with a lid. I shouldn't have to told you.
I'm going to show you how to make $10,000 in the next 30 to 60 days using zero money. First and foremost, you need to go into your car and drive around your block, your city. You want to look for houses with tall grass, boarded up windows, and it looks like no one's there. What you're going to do is you're going to write down that address. Take about 100 addresses. Go to truepeoplesearch.com. You put those addresses in, put the city that you found those in, and you can do a reverse search and you're going to get the name. The first two to three names. Get their names, their email address, and make sure you see the closest of kin. From there, you're going to go in, call them, try to get them locked up under contract. By that means you want to have them say to you they want to sell you the house. From there, you're going to go do the same thing. Look for buyers in that area. Go on to Craigslist. Put in we buy houses, call them and tell them, hey, I have a house at 123 Main Street. Would you like to buy it? And then you send it to the title company and you get your motherfucking money. Go do it, run the play. Boom.
Try this. Open and close your hands for 16 times. And then reverse. Open and close your hands 16 times. Then bring your hands together and pay attention to your energy field between your hands.
How were names given to the children? Children were not given names at birth. Names were given to children to represent the personality traits or spirit of the child. The names represent an emotional vibration to empower the child's life purpose spirit. Names never represented a physical characteristic of an animal. Example, silver fox or running bear. These are European distortions of Anasazi names because of the high vibrational tones and the fluency of the Algonquian language. Europeans could not comprehend the meaning of the terms.
Suffix, prefix. What does oct mean? O-C-T, oct, like octopus. What number do you think of? 8. 8. Why is it the 10th month? Why is it the 10th month? It should be the 8th month, right? What about Deca? D-E-C, Deca. 10. Why is it the 12th month? Sept. Why is it the 9th month? I'm going to tell you, because these Greek and these Roman people have the audacity to change our time. August? Anybody know where August comes from? Augustus. Caesar. Anybody know where July comes from? Julius. These people have the audacity to change our time.
Yeah, Indians, niggas, safety.
Yep. Wild Indian, yeah.
Hey V, line them up.
I'm a wild Indian, you know I go crazy. Ain't really Indian, that boy fugazi. I just keep it player, you can never play me. You got an ass so fat, girl, let's make a baby. And another one. Then I'm back to the trap, I'm trying to double some. She a bad woke chick and I love her tongue. We some jurisdiction boys, we some 101s. Look, don't compare me to no Martin dog, I'm like Malcolm X. Die by our freedom, we'll leave a crack a stretch. Round of applause, boy, you know we clapping text. Chucky dog, cows play, yeah, nigga, that's what's next. Open up the cans just like Arizona. Pull up masked up like we got the Rona. We set up jurisdictions when we buy the corner. How you claiming that's your hood and you not the owner? Be the B, I just pulled up in the need for speed. Free the land, tell the colonizers that they need to leave. Wild Indian up in my veins, you know how we bleed. You ain't gotta lie about who we is, dog, just keep it G. We at war, we can't keep the peace. Since we at war, gotta keep the peace. Whack a cone, then I meditate. Should I need to breathe? Keep a Olmec head when we slide, dog, cause we the shit. Like my niggas said, bitch, we the sheets. I can't keep the peace. If it pop off, then I want a piece. I'm just on release. I'm in go mode, motherfucker thief. In these streets like EBT, when we at war, make peace with me. I don't give a damn, understand. Fuck who stole this land, white or black or tan. Understand, it's fuck who stole this land. Might have seen me get little buddy these hands. He wasn't no abo man. A lot of these dudes is Sambo man. They full of shit like my ammo can. What they call an N-word out the wrong mouth as an ambulance. Wild Indian, get it in advance, or you can post date it. Ask around, I'm the most hated. Straight sacred, they stole acreage. Go ape shit, show ain't shit. It won't be televised, I don't tape shit. Be the B, I just pulled up in the need for speed. Free the land, tell the colonizers that they need to leave. Wild Indian up in my veins, you know how we bleed. You ain't gotta lie about who we is, dog, just keep it G. We at war, we can't keep the peace. Since we at war, gotta keep the peace. Whack a cone, then I meditate. Should I need to breathe? Keep a Olmec head when we slide, dog, cause we the shit. Lil bro. Lil bro done pulled up. Yeah. Yeah, man. What up, boy? What's up, my boy? Come on, man. Let's hey.
We didn't call you.
I don't answer your question. He did.
Okay, we'll go talk to him.
No, I'm going to be talking
No,
to
you're not going to talk to me.
Yeah,
You ain't going to talk. You ain't going to talk to me at all. I ain't got to say to you. Not nothing. So go talk to the guy that called you. Isn't that procedure? When a complaining party calls, you go talk to the complaining party?
No, you don't get
Sure it is. Sure it is. Sure it is. Go talk to him. He'll tell you what's going on. And then you can be like, oh, nothing illegal's going on. I can go back to doing my real job.
Close your hood.
No. Don't touch our vehicle.
You are,
our vehicle.
listen,
Don't touch our
listen to me.
vehicle. You didn't pull us over.
Yes, I
No,
did.
you did not.
Say what's up to Utica Police Sergeant Greg Morabito.
We were parked here.
Okay.
You didn't pull us over. Don't try that. What the hell's wrong with you? Go talk to the guy who called you.
I got a camera on you too.
That's good.
What's your name, man? Officer Ranelli, 376. In the juice? You can't see it? It's right there. You can't read
Is that what you tell the
I don't
judge,
have to
smart
answer your
ass?
question. Yeah, I don't have to answer your question.
Is that, yeah, you do. You're a public servant.
No, I don't.
You're a public servant, bitch.
No, I don't.
You work for the public. You're paid by tax dollars.
Okay.
Your policy and code of conduct for your agency requires you identify by name and badge number to a member of the public when they ask.
Really?
What'd you pull us over for then?
I'm not answering.
Oh, okay. You don't have a reason. You don't have a. Well, when you pull somebody over, you have to tell them what you pulled them over for. So if you don't have articulable suspicion,
we got a complaint that there's a threat.
I don't care.
Here. So yeah,
I don't care what he said.
And I'm going to be
People don't lie.
identifying
People,
you.
no,
I
you
will
won't.
be-
Oh, no, you will
yes,
not.
I
You ain't
will.
getting my ID numbnuts.
I'd like to know what crime you're going to identify us for.
I know, right?
Any of them.
Yep.
What crime? Hey,
Wrong.
You can get away from the you can bite you can get away
Hey, keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself.
No, you don't.
You don't get to put your hands on people. What the hell's wrong with you, dude? That bad's done went to your damn little head, didn't it?
Take a walk. Go get away from
You
my
take
car.
a walk. I'll stand where I want to stand. I'll stand.
It ain't your car.
He says get away from my
Get
car.
away.
Don't the taxpayers
Get
fund
away.
for the,
No.
don't the taxpayers pay for that
No,
car?
that one's mine.
That's your personal?
Yep.
But it's
Yep.
being used. It's being used in public service. Yeah, Sarge, you need to put this little in check. Put this little in check.
Hey, you ever hear of
Spit it out, it ain't yours. Spit it out, it ain't yours.
Don't
It's called freedom of speech, motherfucker. Now what?
You, this is freedom of speech.
Yeah, you're right, it is, but you don't have those freedoms when you're on duty, idiot. You have duties, not rights, dummy.
You're gonna get some time off for that one.
Yeah, you are. You're definitely getting some time off for that one, partner.
What about the people who have like sinus issues where one nose is blocked or they can't breathe through their nose? What do you suggest they do?
You do fire breaths through the nose. You do 9 that way, do the same in this, in and out the nose, in and out the mouth.
How effective is this?
Give it 3 minutes and you will unblock the nasal passage because people don't know how to breathe. People are mouth breathers because we have been taught to be greedy and to eat. And we constantly putting things in our mouth. We are if you notice the so-called black community, we are very infatuated with our mouths. We either talking too much with our mouths, don't know how to be still, don't know how to be silent. We either drinking too much with our mouths to quench thirst or to quench the dehydration that we're going through because we eating the wrong things or we being dried out by all the artificial lights or electronics. And then last but not least, we always putting things in our mouths to eat because we're addicted to sugar, that came to fulfill that missing love within us. And that's the reason why we are associating sugar with love. So we constantly putting things in our mouth. If we're not chewing on candy, we're chewing on bubble gum. If we're not chewing on bubble gum, we sucking on peppermints or lollipops. If we're not doing that, we eating foods. We even eating 3 to 5 meals a day when you're only really supposed to be eating 1 meal a day at a specific time. So we are so infatuated with our mouths that we even start to breathe through our mouths, we miss the nose, which is where the true breath's supposed to be drawn in from. If you actually read the book of Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, it was talking about how Yahweh came down and breathed into the nostrils of Adam, the breath of life. And then Adam became a living soul. So we even look at ancient relics and ancient scriptures that into the nostrils of Adam, the breath of life, and then Adam became a living soul. So we even look at ancient relics and ancient scriptures that we're supposed to be nasal breathing to get that oxygen molecule and that iron phosphate to the brain, for our brain can have them neural maps and that intelligence, for we can be able to convey melanin neurotransmitters throughout our whole entire body.
And I know a lot of Americans.
The Nagas is read by Medusa. Medusa, her story was told a little bit in Greek mythology, but it wasn't connected to the Nagas. But she's actually like one of the main goddesses, like one of the head, if you want to call her queen, of the Nagas. So the Nagas, they are gods and goddesses like us, but they have serpent bodies. So they have arm, head, torso, body of serpents. So you're thinking of like a snake. This the Nagas. They also from the Sirius star system. And there go actual pictures of statues of the Nagas that was built by people in Kemet and all over the world. So all these statues that motherfuckers still ain't able to build today, half serpent, half goddess, or half god. So when they taught y'all about Medusa in Greek mythology, alright, Medusa was actually Ananuki. Ananuki, we the beginning. We God. We created all these species I'm showing y'all. We created all of them. Alright, and everything. Alright, so all these beings got powers and they very strong, but none is stronger than us. Alright? But the Nagas, okay? The Nagas, the reason Medusa, alright, Medusa was black. She was one of the goddesses, alright? And she did not have no fucking snakes in her hair. They were locks. Alright? But they always show her hair with snakes because they fear her because she was fucking them up. Not just in this galaxy, but in galaxies all across the goddamn universe. And Medusa was Ananuki. Alright? Medusa, when we created the Nagas species, she chose to help run that species. So she's the supreme goddess of the Nagas people. And to this day, Medusa still is the supreme goddess of the Nagas. Y'all think Medusa dead? She never died.
They talking about they cut her head off in Greek mythology. That's just symbolic of how they cut off the truth about who the fuck you is. Alright? But she's not dead. In Greek mythology, they tried to hide her though. So when they gave her these snakes, that was them because they feared our locks. They disrespected our locks. So that's why they made her locks look like snakes. You see her? Those are locks. And then they still gonna show her white. Medusa is the fucking goddess of the Nagas, and they fear her because she was fucking them up. Medusa had carbon. These are locks, but they gonna draw her ass white in Greek mythology and made her locks look like snakes because they hated her hair. The Dravidians in India, which we know are human beings, they have hella shit erected to these beings because they know they was real. So you telling me motherfuckers was just drawing all this shit to draw it, huh? Niggas ain't had shit else to do with their time, y'all, so they drew some dumb shit just to draw it, huh? Do y'all know what that's made out of? Do y'all know what, like the type of elements these monuments, or if you want to call them that, or statues are made of? It ain't no lightweight shit, family. It ain't no easy shit to scope, alright? It ain't nothing easy to scope, trust me, because if they could, they would scope it again today, and they can't, nigga. Alright?
When this family went to go put their grandmother's ashes where she always wanted to be, they tossed them into the water and then noticed the ashes spelt out, "I heart you." They all noticed it at the same time and started freaking out, with some of them tearing up at the thought of her sending them a message. An incredible moment for this family.
Oh my God, that is incredible.
What are you doing, Daddy?
I'm in my little garden right here, cutting me some fresh scallions. I got some thyme, and then I have some chives right here. You know what I mean?
Did you plant this?
I did. I got fresh peppers, some basil. This is some spearmint. Yeah, look at that spearmint.
Oh my goodness.
Right? Wow. Then come on this side. Look at my little cucumber right here. Cucumbers growing. Look at this one. Cucumber growing.
Wow.
I have sweet basil right here. Oh, this mint is like, Taste this. This is lemon mint.
Okay.
Lemon mint.
Mm-hmm.
Lemon.
So lemony.
Right? Exactly. Wow. So that's what I do.
Well, have fun.
Thank you.
Hey, go ahead. Why the fuck is he so involved? Hey, why he got the key to this country? Yeah. Bill Gates been chilling for 70 years. He got a key fob to America. Hey, what y'all doing down there? But he's been more publicly outward with his help for us now.
Strategic moves, or to answer your question, the first thing is he is from a long lineage of the eugenics system. So his father were part of the American Eugenics Society. Eugenics meaning good stock, good genetics. It was created to justify the eradication of anybody who was black, brown, etc., who are not blonde hair, blue eyes. That's point number one. Adolf Hitler learned a lot of that from America, not the other way around. So he came from that lineage. So you have Bill Gates, you have Margaret Sanger, founder of course, we know Planned Parenthood, who said Negroes are like human weeds and should be exterminated, etc., etc. So with this mentality, you have in this Caucasian individual by the name of Bill Gates, who amassed all of this wealth. So the number one place that you don't look when it comes to somebody who's attacking humanity is the very organizations that say they are protecting humanity. So if I'm going to commit the most human rights violations, where will I reside? Human rights organizations. Right. So he puts up this facade as if he's helping human beings. So through his organization, he donates money. This is what we all have to understand. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation donates billions to the World Health Organization. They donate millions to multiple organizations and governmental entities. This is why it seems like he could just walk anywhere and he got clearance in every hood. Yeah. And why is it that he has no degrees, but he has the largest amount of influence over the medical field? You're not a doctor, but you have influence over doctors. Why are you listening to someone who has no medical expertise, but you have influence over the entire medical field and now in the area of agriculture because he is one of the #1 landowners in America as well? There are layers to this thing. He is a part of the American eugenics movement still by way of saying we are doing this to help humanity by getting rid of a large part of humanity. That's the goal. Pandemic, which justifies injections of a substance that is not safe nor effective, but that will go towards depopulation overall.
Boy, I've been looking for this picture. But anyway, this proves a lot more of who you are, and they know who you are. Now the big question is, who's those Indian Negroes that was mad about this?
This hand gesture can change your life. I'm not talking about just any gesture. These hand gestures are known as mudras. And if you hold your hand a certain way, it does a certain thing to you. But I want to talk about this one today, the Hakini mudra. Holding your hands in this position up to 15 minutes a day can benefit your mind in many ways. Some of the benefits is sharpen the mind, it improves concentration, it connects the left and the right side, and it helps with children suffering from autism. Here goes some more benefits and facts if you want to read about it. But the word Hakini equals the god of the forehead, the sixth chakra. And the sixth chakra, as we all know, is the third eye chakra. It literally heals the third eye, which explains why most of the benefits take place here. But Steve Harvey says something about this then. It makes you confident. Trump does this with his hands too. So try it out for 15 minutes a day. Let me know how it benefits you.
Little man at the end went wild on him.
You ready, Tosh? Little Slime Jr., let's go. What else? What else? What else? What else? Hey.
Yeah, they want Pokemon.
Yeah.
I got Pokemon for you.
Uh-huh.
You can get them cash for you. And I got some shoes, yeah.
Hey.
I always didn't have to have the food, yeah.
Hey.
Got 100 on these watches and I do, yeah. I do it every time that I can food, yeah. Get my monies in the class and you know do, yeah. Make a Ringo is the best so you know who,
yeah.
I don't even know the person who be bad, yeah. Who be bad in the class and you gotta go to this class. Yeah, this Mr. Ringo is
my Indian red, mighty codified, Indian red, Indian.
Don't be mad she gets it.
Every white person off on this app right now. Oh shit, here we go. I just saw a TikTok that said, what if white people didn't exist? And then I remembered, we aren't supposed to exist. Being white is a genetic mutation. We don't exist naturally. White people literally come from when Pangea was a thing, and then we split up into different continents, and then people moved further away from the equator and bred lighter and lighter skinned people and even albinos until white people were created. So people that are white have the audacity to be like, we're the Aryan race, we're the supreme race. Baby. How can you be the supreme race when you weren't even a race to begin with? You can't be superior if you were never supposed to exist.
So I said, okay, well, what's that got to do with the bumblebee and the teacher? He said, well, he was right. And I said, well, what do you mean? He said, well, he said bumblebee can't fly aerodynamically. Yeah. And he's right. And I said, well, what did bumblebees do? And they said, well, they levitate. And I said, well, how's that? And he says, come on, I'll show you. And he showed me. He wrote a book, incidentally. I don't know if it's still in print. It's in the Library of Congress. The book is called Tomorrow's Energy Need Not Be Fuel. And in that book, he gave reference to what I'm talking about, that that of levitation, that the bumblebee, when he starts to beat his wings, when he starts to flap his wings, there's a little cavity, a hollow cavity next to the larynx inside his system that's hollow. And when he beats his wings, he starts to resonate this energy, and it goes back and forth, just similar to a guitar strumming on one side of the room and hitting the same chord on the other side of the room, or somebody hitting a high C and breaking a crystal. It's the same thing. It's resonance. And he said, what they do, they resonate. And when they resonate, they eventually reach the resonance of the field around them. And he explained it this way to me, that the Earth was operating on a frequency of 8.5 hertz per second or so forth. And he says, once this bumblebee hits that resonant frequency of its surroundings, it becomes a free agent. It creates a magnetic bubble around itself, and it can go anywhere it wants. And I said, well, that's not in any of the science books. He said, I know. You probably never see it there either, but that's what happens. They'll discover it someday and bring it out, but it's just we have a conventional way of doing things, and then we have a natural way of doing things, and they're totally different. They're diametrically opposed in many, many cases.
See people on TikTok? This was one of my friends when I was in 5th grade. I used to run with him when we was kids. We used to go into the stores and we used to eat grapes and peaches, knowing if we got caught, Mom was going to tear us up, and his mom was going to tear him up too. But there was 2 white men that caught him. I ran out the store. I never seen him again. Davenport Police Department knew about it too. All these white folks knew what happened to Ronnie. They found him in the river in 2 garbage bags. But this is something they don't want to talk about. This is a person that people they don't remember in our community. Well, I'm gonna refresh your memory here in Davenport, Iowa. I want the world to know how Davenport was when I was growing up, and how my friends was coming up missing and found in the river or found on the highway. This is what the state of Iowa has to offer a black person and their family when they come here. When I tell y'all they are racist here, they are racist to the core.
Carolyn Bryant is almost 90 years old. She has cancer.
She set up Emmett Till. I say pauper ass.
I agree. You ain't too old.
Things you need to hear part 24.
Called planet situation, which is, when you really find out what's going on and what's happening on Earth, it's very depressing, and it totally fits with biblical prophecy, because it appears that both gray aliens and reptilians are feeding on human bodies. That's one of the things that you learn. We need to get rid of these human traffickers. We need to get these aliens out of here, because they are demons, and it's worse than you think. It's a lot worse than you think. What's going on with the border? Most of those people are not going to become American citizens. That's what they call a meat wagon. And I heard about meat wagons all the way back in 2010. They let people through the border, they put them on a bus, they drive them into an underground base, and whatever happens from there.
We are very much aware of that. I wasn't going to get into that in this, but since you bring it up, it's confirmed through so many sources, people on the ground. We know that's happening. You're exactly right. And it's not just children, it's adults too.
We're talking about Christianity, we're talking about demons, and I want to make some dots connect, okay? so that you understand that what the Bible was talking about is absolutely true. So the Greys apparently don't need the victim to be tortured at all. They could take any human, it doesn't matter. But with the Draco, they really need the victim to have suffered. Part of what they feed on is the energy that we release in death, in suffering.
Right.
There is a way to feed on that, apparently, energetically. And I've talked to
Cardi B is
So I wanna
telling
talk
the
about
truth.
Cardi B video
Take
that
it
she
from
put up
me.
about her beautiful hair and how she grew it with onion water. She's right. No lies. I had an issue some years ago, and I'll talk about it in another post, where my hair was breaking and shedding. And of course, for somebody like me, I was like, what the hell? Well, I read up and figured out some things. I figured out what the problem was, but I also learned about onions. So what I do, and I still do to this day, I slice up onions, I put it in my shampoo, I let it sit for 2 weeks in the shampoo, and then I go and I use it and I shampoo my hair. I don't use it in my clarifying shampoo because I am a clarifier, but I do use it in my moisturizing shampoo or whatever shampoo I use after I clarify my hair. I can get into the whole clarifying and all that in another video, but it actually does work. And even though you can't tell because our hair really is black girl magic, my hair is super long and super dense. And yeah, onions is a big part of it. Huge.
I have a theory, but I'm not a conspiracy theorist, and I'm gonna try my best to explain because my brain is just going like 500 miles per hour and I can't really keep up. So what if palm colored people have known for a very long time that they're going extinct? So their goal was to destroy the planet. Diseases, wars, global warming, colonization. They're cutting down all the trees. They're hunting the people and the wildlife. They're giving out misinformation about living off the land. They're making it illegal in certain states to live off the land. Please make it make sense. And I feel like when anybody comes up with an idea to help the planet, or they're calling out the higher ups for allowing these bad things to happen to the planet, they disappear. They work so hard to make sure these people are never seen or heard of again. Something's going on. And maybe the working middle class of white people don't know, but I know the higher ups do. Somebody knows something, and something's going on. Can't tell me otherwise.
This is a moral issue that needs to be addressed today. When in 1946, when the NFL was forced to reintegrate, because from 1933 to 1945, the all-white NFL didn't want any blacks in the industry. They said the black players were slowing down its growth. And then Fritz Pollard developed the Negro Football League. And after World War II, there was a big push for the Negro League to compete with the all-white NFL. So what they did was they took the good players from the Negro League and integrated them into the all-white NFL. And now, since 1946, the black players have taken it to $1 billion plus market, yet we have no owner within the industry. We are the record breakers and the trendsetters, yet we have no voice within the industry. NFL owners are guaranteed profits annually without even a fan going into the stadium, yet players have no guaranteed contracts. This is plantation capitalism going on right now. This is a
this victim. It doesn't look that good, but yeah, it does look terrible. And we'll just see if maybe they're just moving him out of there, or if they put him in an ambulance. That's some sort of sign, but yes. So basically, the activity that we were looking for, that anxious or that quick moving, that was going on the other side of the vehicle. Oh my gosh. He's completely alive.
What the?
Did you know the first black American U.S. congressmen were Republican? Did you know the Republican Party of Texas was formed by 150 blacks and 20 whites? In Louisiana, the first 95 black representatives and 32 black senators were Republican. In Alabama, the first 103 blacks elected to state legislature were Republican. And so were the first 190 blacks elected in South Carolina. And the list is much, much longer. In 1866, Democrats crashed the Republican convention, killed 40 blacks, 20 whites, and wounded 150 others. They also rushed the floor of the Louisiana state legislature to take back power from black Republicans. It was common for black and white Republicans to be attacked. In 1866, Democrats formed a group to break down the Republican government. They terrorized black Americans with murder and public flogging, and only stop if blacks promised not to vote Republican. If they violated that oath, it was punishable by death. This group was the KKK. They also would kill and harm white Republicans. That's the history.
Even today, if an alien landed in a spaceship in the middle of town, the town square, a lot of people would drop to their knees and start praying, thinking it's Jesus Christ returning. When Jesus never said he was returning. Jesus never said he was coming back. He said the Christ would return. And the Christ existed long before he was even born. It's the Christ consciousness. Before Jesus, there were many Christs. It's a understanding, a level of thinking, a way of ascending to a higher level of knowledge and wisdom and understanding about yourself internally, and then out on the outside, the world as a whole, and understanding that there are levels to ascension, and being born again has to do strictly with raising your consciousness to a higher level than it was before. And you will continuously be born again over and over again as you ascend to higher dimensions of knowledge and wisdom and understanding. That's what being born again is all about. It has nothing to do with dousing your head in some kind of water or a pool of water and somebody praying over you and all that kind of foolishness. Nothing at all. That's all stuff made up by men. And anything that a man touches corrupted. If you look at the ancient mysteries, being born again is all about how far you can ascend consciously. And then looking back on that previous level you were at and realizing, wow, I was there. Now I'm here. I learned so much to get to this level. Now there's even another level. And the top level, who knows where that's at? It's a continual process of growth, nonstop.
Y'all be thinking, oh, it's just a song. It's just a song. Like, oh my God, it's just a movie. It's just a TV show. Whole time it's a spell. It's an agenda being pushed. It's mind altering. It's existing within your subconscious mind. Have we not heard of an Operation Mockingbird? Your news ain't even safe. They're going to MK Ultra you one way or another. I used to have friends that would be like, oh my God, you don't watch BMF. You don't watch Power. You don't watch Snowfall. No, I don't watch these shows that thrive from black trauma. No.
When I say that, bro, folks be asking me them same questions. I be like, I ain't seen an episode, not one. I was forced to watch Power, didn't want to watch that. I think I was forced to watch Snowfall, didn't want to watch that. I don't want to watch, we drug dealing, we shooting, we killing, sex scene, shooting, robbing, killing. Like, bro, I'm straight, bro. Bring back Lovecraft Country, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got time for that. It's just black trauma. That's all we got to sell. That's it. We ain't got no other ideas. We got one superhero. Like, what's really good?
So in this TikTok, I'm going to show you how a lot of American Indians were reclassified as colored, Negro, and mulattoes. Referencing this document, From Indians to Colored People, the problem of racial categories and the persistence of the Chawan in North Carolina. I'm going to start at the highlighted area. Assume that the Chawans were extinct by 1820. In reality, as this article shows, Chawan descendants continued to live near their homeland after this point, and a few Chawan descendants still live on the land once part of the Chawan reservation. Modern historians have overlooked Chawan persistence because the local government classified Chawan descendants as colored persons instead of Indians during the late 18th and early 19th centuries. Since the late 1980s, a small group of scholars have begun to uncover the lives of Native people documented simply as people of color and connected the histories of people categorized as Indians with those classified as colored. This article builds on that work and links the legacy of the Chawan Indians to the lives of their colored descendants. You can pause and read the whole thing if you like, but something that's beautifully written in this, in summary, is that race is a social construct. That race, ethnicity, and nationality only exist in perception and interpretation. It's someone's perspective. We don't all have the same perspective. Also notice at the bottom, scholars examining Native peoples in other parts of the country have discovered similar reclassifications of Native people from Indian to colored, mulatto, and Negro, and other equally ambiguous categories. If you look at census statistics, the census started in 1790. And if you notice from 1790 all the way to 1850, no one is documented as Indian. Think about why that is. So I also found this document. Who is an Indian? Who is a Negro? I'm going to start the second paragraph. During the Second World War, a small group of Virginia Indians challenged the prevailing system of racial classification. When called to register with the Selective Service System, they listed their race as Indian. They recalled that in the antebellum days, that some of the registrants' ancestors had married free Negroes. Based on this evidence, the board insists that the proper classification for all alleged Indians was Negro. They are assuming how someone should identify as by how they look. How ironic that that still happens to this day.
In the United States that actually regulate black women's hair and appearance. So even like the Tignon laws in Louisiana, where it was actually illegal for black women to show their hair in public. Some say because the hair was seen as so ugly and unattractive that it needed to be covered up, but most say it was a way to prevent white men from being attracted to the beauty of black women. But considering that black women had to wear head wraps, and we could create the most Erykah Badu style, that it was still attracting white men's attention, and white women could not mimic that head wrap style. And so that it actually became a threat because the white men were more interested in the black women in Louisiana than the white women.
What I'm saying is, in business, nothing is coincidental, or you would be hearing who's losing money. In all of these situations, it's only the artist that's losing. Somebody makes big money. When these rappers get killed, not incidental. Somebody made $100 million and now don't have to talk to that artist or none of their crew, don't have to validate none of their contracts. Now only got to deal with the mama, only got to see her once a year, and it's over. And the money goes up and up and up. So they killed this $20 million guy, but they reaped $60 million in benefits.
Wow.
And they had some people from your city do it.
Wow.
And they had some people from your city do it.
Wow.
I'm saying there's the good side and the bad side of these businesses, and
but think about what you just think about what you just said. That's extremely thoughtful and powerful. It could only be what it was if it were those two. Those two, yes. Will Smith and Chris Rock. It could only be what it has been, yes. With those two black men.
If you put any other names together, the police are out on stage, they've cut to commercial, you didn't see what happened. By the time they come out, people have been removed, it goes on. It's certain ways things are handled when it's not intentional. When things go smoothly, but they seem chaotic, that means there was forethought and a plan.
When things go smoothly, but they seem chaotic, that means there was forethought and a plan.
Somebody, even if it looks like, yeah, Janet Jackson just had a wardrobe malfunction. Yeah, there's no such thing.
Correct.
I don't care who you blame it.
I believe that. I believe that.
Somebody benefited. Yeah. So in all of these situations, there's a business involved and there's real money involved, and somebody's benefiting from this thing that looks like, oh, that just happened. Nah, no way. No way. It would be hard for a homeless guy to get into the Hollywood Bowl, let alone a homeless guy be able to rush the stage and actually.
Say, what's happening, baby? It's your main man, Micho Candy. And let me hit you people with a jewel. Notice much, distraction is often put into play to keep you from recognizing what's really going on. For all you racist ass motherfuckers in America, you following with this bullshit and following along with the bullshit about hating black people. Hell, black people should hate you, and we don't because the God in us won't allow us to, right? But you hate black people, and we ain't did a motherfucking thing to you. You have pillaged, stole, raped, killed, and taken everywhere you went on the motherfucking planet. But now, guess what? Your fuckers came back to roost. You think these motherfuckers that's in power give a fuck about you because you white? No, they don't. You just a pawn in their fucking game. And I hope that you motherfuckers open up your eyes and recognize until you really unite with the black man, you're going to be in the same fucking boat that we in. It's just a matter of time. These motherfuckers are stealing and taking away all our civil liberties. The motherfuckers that you vote into office are getting into office and giving a fuck about you once they're in there and only concerning themselves with the lobbyists, the really motherfuckers or the real motherfuckers that's really giving them money, right, to support their fucking movement. These people have put a virus in our society all around the world, killing us off in droves. And we know that these motherfuckers have done this, right? And we don't do anything. We lay down for everything. But you're quick to want to jump up and do some racist shit and do some fuck shit to try to motherfucking me kill a black person. You so fucking dumb. What you need to do is motherfucking me do what you did when you motherfucking wanted Donald Trump to be president. You need to storm the Capitol. You need to storm the White House, right? You need to run the motherfuckers that's in the House of Representatives and the House of fucking me Senate the fuck up out of there. Because guess what? It's just a matter of time before they start food lines. It's just a matter of time before they start concentration camps. It's just a matter of time before 5% of the motherfucking world can actually rule over 95% of the world. And they've been doing it, but I'm talking about physically doing it now because people who will be their pawns also will be the military. And even though they are smart enough to know it's bullshit, they still follow along. You know why? Because you got sheep and you got shepherds. You got boss and you got workers. Now, if you want to be a sheep, keep on following the wicked shepherd and you'll find yourself right in the den of wolves. If you want to be a worker, it's okay to be a worker, but work for a motherfucker that's got your best interest at heart. Now, do you think the government got your best interest at heart? I tell you what, just look around. These motherfuckers are doing so much diabolical shit. It's beyond comprehension how we continue to go along with it. But the divide and conquer game is real strong. They've been working it for thousands of years. And until we unite as fucking common sense people of all color and try to motherfucking me do something to combat this fuckery, we're going to find ourselves in a world within the next 20 years to where we are just a number. And when that comes, then you'll wish you had heard the words I was saying. And that's some real talk. You dig.
So what's happening? Government and all y'all cross the line, so what's happening? My ancestors wouldn't like you cross the line, so what's happening? We original, y'all GMO, y'all lying. I do this for my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche. I do this for my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche. I do this for my Nietzsche. Should've left me where I was, cause I ain't never scared. Took that little ice off my neck for this arrowhead. My nation, my Nietzsche, someone thorough said. Real Americans, still pure blood, we thoroughbred. I'm like, let my people go and just take me instead. When it's red or blue pill, I'm only choosing red. I'ma always choose my people, you can keep that bread. Our government owe $1 trillion, you can keep that bread. If it's one thing Jim Crow is showing me, I don't want no white folks ruling over me. I don't want no politicians ruling over me. I don't want no po-po ruling over me. Only somebody just like me gon' treat me like me. I'm Iron Cherokee, Chief and Dr. GLE. I'm still a G like EST. Might not be as G as me. You think you free, but you need remedy to be as free as me. I'm from the hood, I'm still waking up my people. They got us good, they still hating on my people. When it comes to fashion, the whole world wanna be like us. When it comes to music, the whole world wanna be like us. When it comes to dancing, the whole world wanna be like us. Foreigners are doing everything, trying to weaken us. Sports, y'all can't fuck with us. Rhythm, know we killing y'all. Anything involve a ball. Mentally, we figured out the cosmos. After all inventing shit, we smashing y'all. It's time to take through asking y'all rights by blood after all. Vatican and the Smithsonian got all our shit. Artifacts and relics still keeping us away from it. When they say it was a long time ago, that's racist shit. Y'all holy land keep stolen shit. We don't need y'all holding it. Reverse engineering our technology, controlling it. Gave it everything you got, but you can't put no soul in it. I ain't go see the new Matrix cause I'm living it. Everything is not what it seems, but I'm killing it. Can you afford to pay attention who you living with? Now they trying to mandatory vax, but is you getting it? Fall back off my knee, I'm peeping y'all tactics. This ain't no earth war, this here is galactics. Goddesses and gods warming up like practice. We gon' put arrows on your chest like patches. Mongoloids can't style like us, them fake natives ain't wild like us. They ain't got a soul, destiny as a child like us. Nobody power like us, nobody peace pipe like us. Boxing, y'all can't fight like us, nobody lost they right like us. Wake 'em up, I'm in the way. Say too much, I'm in the way. They tryna kill us anyway, so listen what I'm finna say. Everybody, our kids, we raised y'all anyway. What that sense is finna say, everybody ain't here to stay. Is you with us or against us, ain't no in between. I'm a non-ether being, not a human being. Fucked in 1492, but all my allies what to do. Renegade got clipped for days, be careful, I advise you to. Enemy of my tribe, but opera mine, so what's happening? Government and all y'all cross the line, so what's happening? My ancestors wouldn't like you cross the line, so what's happening? We original, y'all GMO, y'all lying. I do this for my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche. I do this for my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche. I do this for my Nietzsche.
No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace!
So we gon' die every day. Swear we gon' die every day. They said Jesus gon' save us. Well, I know we die if we wait. I know we die if he can't. They tell us we black, but we ain't. Aboriginal, native, yeah, we gon' die every day. Cause we don't know where we came. We been here, lived here, open borders, got deported, fought for rights. Kidnapped, bitch slapped, blacked out, covered up, washed white. Drugged up, slugged up, beat bread, left for dead, fuck your life. It's all a plan, kill your man, take your land, slave your kids, rape your wife. Why y'all look so mad if all this shit I say is true? Why y'all look so mad if all this shit happen to you? White man quick to tell you, you was a slave, nothing before. But he himself only been free since 1840. On recording, I'm an ancient Egyptian from Atlantis, headed straight for Canada, that's Israel. Nothing fake about me, no capping, rapping, y'all just fed the ink and I'm digital. No caveman, I'm original. Kentucky fried, extra crispy, wear a lot of gold cause my family history. I'm the guy to know, I bring death to history. Swear we gon' die every day. They said Jesus gon' save us. Well, I know we die if we wait. I know we die if he can't. They tell us we black, but we ain't. Aboriginal, native, yeah, we gon' die every day. Cause we don't know where we came. Swear we gon' die every day. They said Jesus gon' save us. Well, I know we die if we wait. I know we die if he can't. They tell us we black, but we ain't. Aboriginal, native, yeah, we gon' die every day. Cause we don't know where we came. Power, only respect power. Respect power. What's been said can't be said no louder. Stand for something, or you die a coward. They bombed our churches, set our kids on fire. Police keep erasing cause they backed up by the nation. Nation ain't complaining cause them Indians still hanging. Comanche, Sioux, Apache, ain't no history in blackness. No reason for that chatting if you bitch up when it's action. AR on my body, tell the bro to grab the shotty. Loading up that new edition, finna hit him with this bobby. I can't shoot the shit, but 30 shouldn't miss. 54 races, 100 for his clique. Anytime in prison, they don't want the shit. They don't want the problems. Snitches get the stick. Talking all that hatred, end up running like a bitch. Quick to call the laws, quick to play the vid. Swear we gon' die every day. They said Jesus gon' save us. Well, I know we die if we wait. I know we die if he can't. They tell us we black, but we ain't. Aboriginal, native, yeah, we gon' die every day. Cause we don't know where we came. Swear we gon' die every day. They said Jesus gon' save us. Well, I know we die if we wait. I know we die if he can't. They tell us we black, but we ain't. Aboriginal, native, yeah, we gon' die every day. Cause we don't know where we came.